All right, so we're going to go over how to find these binomial probabilities on the calculator. I'm going to start with the big calculator. So on here, there's a button called VARs, and right above it is distribution, D-I-S-T-R. That's what we want is the distribution. Mine's blue, so I'm going to type my blue button over here. And it's going to give me a big long list. We want the list, we want it to say binom PDF and CDF. So there they are right there, binom PDF and CDF. So we're going to want these. And I'm going to write it up on the notes in the next video. But what we have to do is we have to type in some numbers in here, and they're going to be separated by a comma. So the first one we're going to go in is going to be that example 2 down below, and I'll write it up so you can see what it looks like in just a second. But let's just practice typing in the numbers to start with. So on this one, there are 4 questions. N is 4. You can see up at the top of the page of that on that notes that N is 4. So I'm going to do 4 comma. Our probability P was 1/5. And I'm going to do a comma again, and the comma's right up here. It's just a regular comma. And we want exactly 3. So X is 3. X was any number 0 through 4. And I'm going to choose 3 for this one because it says exactly 3. And then we type enter, and I'm going to get my answer that I have right there. Now we can do CDF the same way. So same place. We're going to hit that second button, and then where it says distribution, we're going to go all the way down. And the other one we want to find is the binom CDF, not the one at the top that says CDF and PDF, but the one at the bottom, binom CDF. And you would work it the same way. Now there's going to be one that we have to do 1 minus. So let me show you that one. We would type in 1 minus, just like this, and then go grab it. And that one that we're going to need to get is a CDF. And we could type in some numbers there too. I'm just going to make up some numbers. Let's say 10, comma, 1/4, comma, 6. And I could get an answer. So that's how the big calculator works. The smaller calculator is going to work slightly differently to get there. So to find our binom PDF and CDF, we are going to need to go to the distributing. It's right here, also near the arrow key. It says data on it, and up at the top, it's got some other words, but there's the DISTR. Again, it's blue, so I'm going to mash my blue button, and then that. And I want to go over to where it says distributing. And again, don't choose the normal ones. We want the binomial. So go down to where it says binom, PDF, and CDF. So we want those. So let's try that PDF, so the very first one. Our screen looks different, so we're just going to keep hitting enter. And now the number of trials in our example up above, N is 4. I think I've already typed this one in. Our probability of success is 1/5. So we could type in 1/5. And I want exactly 3 for that one. So 3. And we hit enter. We're going to hit enter for calculate. And we're going to get the same answer. There we go. 0.0256. Now, one thing that's different on this one, if I need to do the 1 minus, I have to get my answer. So let's just say this was my answer, the 0.0256. It's not. Then I would do 1. Sorry, then I would to go over here. I would tell it, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm going to quit it. I'd write that answer on my paper. Then I would do 1 minus the 0.0256. You cannot do 1 minus the binom in the smaller calculator. So you have to write your decimal down, get your decimal, and then type 1 minus in a separate line. So that's the difference between the bigger calculator and the smaller calculator. All right, I'm going to go over the same example in the notes packet so you can write down everything now that you've seen me do it visually on the calculator.